Ladies and gentlemen, for Pixel users, it appears as though Christmas has come a little bit early because we do have our December feature drop, which happens to be finally the QPR1 beta. In this video, we're going to go over this release more broadly. I'm going to also create and release very shortly another video where we're going to deep dive into what that means for the Pixel Fold, because there are some things that will not be mentioned much in this video that Google did not mention in their blog post, strangely enough, that will improve the Pixel Fold experience for the general public quite significantly. So let's quickly dive into what we have here. This is, like I said, Google's blog post that goes over these features. We're going to read through them, and I'm going to kind of break them down and tell you what they mean a bit more specifically. Pixel 8 Pro, the first smartphone with AI built in, is now running Gemini Nano plus more AI updates coming to the Pixel portfolio. The Gemini Nano stuff is very important, and like I said, we're going to dig into that a little bit later. Actually, we're going to dig into it right now because it's the first thing on the docket on this blog post. So basically, Google is introducing something called Gemini. They're saying this is the most capable and flexible AI that they have ever built, and the impressive thing about it is that it is running directly on the Pixel 8 Pro. So instead of stuff having to be sent to the cloud for the AI stuff to happen, it's all going to be happening directly on your Pixel 8 Pro device. Now, it is specific to the 8 Pro at this time. Not sure if the 8 standard is going to get this later or what exactly is going on there, but for right now, like I said, 8 Pro only. So what can Gemini do for you on your device? So the first one they call out is the ability to summarize in the recorder. So of course, the recorder app is already really quite smart because it's not just recording audio, but it's also listening, and it is dictating, or I guess writing out, I should say, what transcribing is the word I'm looking for. It's transcribing the things that it is hearing. It can also tell different speakers apart. So speaker one, speaker two. So you have this recording, but you also have this transcribed thing. But sometimes these recordings can be very, very long. If you're recording, say, a class, a lecture, or something like that, a meeting. Well, now with Gemini on the device, nothing being sent to the cloud, it's going to be able to summarize, take that transcribed note, and then break it down into a summary that's going to intelligently pull out the important aspects of that recording. This is pretty cool. What about Smart Reply in Gboard? Apparently, this is in developer preview, and right now it's available in WhatsApp, which tells me that it's going to have to be enabled on a per-app basis, which is a little bit strange, but I guess it does make sense. We'll explain that in a second. Basically, it's going to give you a high-quality suggestion. Let's actually open this up in a new tab so that you can see it a bit more clearly. Basically, it's taking the context of the conversation going on, which is why this needs to be done on a per app basis. They don't necessarily just want to have Gboard be scanning every application to see what it might want to say back to you. So again, per app, it's going to look at the context of what's being said, and it's going to try to give you an example right here on your board of what a normal response to that would be. So we have Smart Reply in our Google Messages app. So basically, it's giving you Smart Reply everywhere, even in apps that do not typically support Smart Reply. So again, this is being done by Gemini. Pretty cool. So one of the biggest features talked about with the Pixel 8 Pro was Video Boost. What this is, I've talked about it before, is you're shooting a video with your Pixel 8 Pro, it looks pretty good, but then it is sent to the cloud to a Google data center where their HDR Plus algorithm is applied to every single frame, and the result of this, you should have a much better looking video than you could have had prior, because again, it's applying this HDR Plus to every single frame, something that can't be done on the device just yet. Again, done in a data center. It also enables night sight video on the Pixel 8 Pro, which just boosts that night video to a pretty impressive level as far as I have seen. We also have the ability to record time-lapse videos after dark. So again, using the same sort of technology to boost the visual quality, use night sight in a time-lapse video. So another cool one that I've actually seen on some other devices is this one here. So they're giving us the ability now in Google Photos to improve our portrait shots after the fact by using an AI model to find the face and then brighten that portion up. So if you take a portrait and the shadows are just kind of getting in the way or something, you should be able to brighten that up. And if I click on this number 5 here, it says it's available on the Pixel tablet, Pixel Fold, Pixel 6, and newer phones. So that is a pretty good one. How about Photo Unblur getting an upgrade? They are targeting dogs, pets, our furry friends, it says. So portrait on blur, already pretty cool. Getting a bit better again, targeting our pets. And if I click on the number again, requires Google Photos app. And then it just says compared to earlier Pixel phones. So I assume this is also coming to most Pixel devices. How about this one on the Pixel Fold? We just talked about this potentially being a thing that is coming, and apparently it should be here now, even though I'm not actually seeing it on my device just yet. I think it's actually pending an accompanying Pixel camera app update, so not seeing it yet. But you're going to be able to take a photo in tablet mode, and the cover display will be on at the same time, so a dual screen mode. So you're taking a picture, and the person taking a picture of will be able to see how it's framed and how they are looking in that photo. Something we've seen on other foldables. It should be here very, very soon on the Pixel Fold, though. This is a pretty cool one that I think I might actually have some use for. Spruce up document scans. This is in the Google Drive app. Maybe you've scanned a receipt and there's a coffee stain on it. It'll be able to actually remove that coffee stain. That is really, really cool. I think I've got a receipt or two that kind of looks like that. We talked about this with the QPR 1 beta, confidence that your personal data is safe during repairs. There's basically a repair mode. So if you're sending your device in to be looked at, you don't have to erase all your stuff. You put it into this repair mode, it makes it act as though it has been factory reset, but then once you get it back, you can very quickly get back to your original partition on your disk and carry on as if nothing has happened. I love that one. I use my call screening all the time on my Pixel devices, and now Pixel Fold 6 and newer phones will have new contextual replies for the call screen. You can see kind of an example on that now. It's going to be able to see what the person is saying, and instead of giving you like sort of canned responses, it's going to be contextual. It's going to actually know what they're saying and give you appropriate responses back. Love that. Call screen is also now on the Pixel Watch itself, so you can take care of the stuff directly from your watch. Speaking of the watch, you can now unlock your phone with your watch. The Pixel Watch, which also should be getting an update, can unlock your device now. So if your hands are full, whatever, you can't get to your fingerprint scan or your face isn't recognized, whatever, use your Pixel Watch to unlock your device. As long as they're connected, you should be able to do this very quickly. And lastly, for the Pixel Watch, it is now going to sync up with your phone more closely in regard to do not disturb and bedtime modes. I can't believe it has taken this long for that to be a thing, but it's finally here. Now, I kind of want to show you another thing that Mishaal Rahman pointed out on Twitter. So this update also features, he says, a much newer ARM Mali GPU kernel for Tensor Pixels, which users report significantly improved performance in games like Genshin Impact and Fortnite. And he quotes this user here who said that one city in Genshin was getting 20 to 25 FPS. It's now getting over 45 with the game dashboard working. So that's definitely impressive. TechDroider had a very similar thing to report here with Fortnite, with it now running at a stable 60 FPS on maximum graphics. So in this, again, a big driver update for the GPU on these Tensor devices. Pixel 8 specifically here getting some pretty darn massive improvements. Now bear in mind, this was done with QPR 2 Beta 1, which is a different driver version. So we may not be seeing the full improvement, but we still should be seeing some improvement with even more improvements potentially coming very soon down the line. So there you go, guys. The Pixel 8 and 8 Pro continuing to get even better. Older Pixel devices also receiving some pretty cool new features. Let me know what you think about these features. Are there any that really stood out to you? Anything that I potentially missed? I will drop a link to the blog post down below because I did scroll past a few that just weren't potentially like that big of a deal to me. So let me know if I maybe should have included something that you're like, man, that was a cool one. I don't know why they didn't talk about that. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy.